Welcome back everybody to Game 4 between Tarson and Hasuov, the red Protoss player in the top middle corner. And this is Game 4, I already said Game 4 of Best of 5, and this is the grand final of the Sennheiser Cup, as you can see there in the bottom chat. And this is on the GSL version of Terminus, which I believe forces cross-spawn positions. So, if these players do know that it is the GSL, they already know exactly where their opponents are, so we do have a long rush distance for both players between both air and ground. And we have Hasuov as the red Protoss and Tarson as the yellow Terran. It looks as if they switched colors from the last game, I believe. So I'm not sure if like winner got to pick their color first or if winner was yellow and loser was red, so I'm not entirely positive there, but we did have Hasuov starting off with yellow in the beginning. But we are seeing Hasuov throwing down that pylon, using the chrono boost on his probes, and excuse me. And then I believe Hasuov was playing in the TSL a little bit ago, and I believe it was to Naniwa that he lost. I think it was he went 2-1 against Naniwa or something like that, or Naniwa went 2-1 against Hasuov, and so Naniwa was advanced to the finals of the TSL, and I believe that was casted this weekend, so I'll have to look into that. Like, actually, I believe it was casted yesterday, so I'll have to look into that. But we are seeing the barracks yet again from Tarson, and he is going down for that early refinery, I believe. So looks like he may be going again for a Reaper harass. And we are seeing both units throwing down their, nope, and they do not know it is cross-spawn positions. So they are both scouting in the wrong directions at the beginning, but it is cross-spawn positions, so they are easily able to defend from any rush because they are able to have the units already out and to defend from any like early rush. We are seeing Hasuov throwing down that gateway at the 17 mark, I want to say it was. Yeah, the 17 mark. Maybe a little bit later at the 18 mark. And we are seeing Hasuov scouting a little bit before. Nope, he won't even be able to scout because this Marine is going to deny him the scouting, I believe. And yes, this Marine is going to deny him the scouting. Oh my gosh. Yep. Got no scouting done from Hasuov. And all he saw was this here. I don't know if he clicked on it or what if he knows exactly what it is or not. So we will go back to everybody's vision, and we are getting, and this SCV is getting every single bit of scouting information that it needs. It says, okay, there is a simulator here, there is a cybernetics core already, and he does know that the cybernetics core is actually doing something, and he does know that the gateway is on here, and this stalker will be not able to finish before. And he does see that the chrono boost is going down on the cybernetics core, so he does know, okay, so the Hasuov is going for a gateway build yet again. And we do like this, and we do see Hasuov loving that gateway build, and actually, I'm sorry to point out the doodad, but there's a little Zergling hologram right there. Little DNA hologram right there. Alright, but we do see this, oh, another Zergling hologram. We do see this stalker going out, just checking around to see as to where that SCV went, but the SCV is now out of the picture. The SCV is now at the watchtower, and yes, we are seeing another early Reaper harassment from Tarson, so it looks like Tarson loves his Reapers. So in all honesty, I'm surprised that Hasuov doesn't have like a stalker here to deal with this, because this is 4 games in a row that Tarson has gone for that Reaper harassment, and he will have this stalker in. No, and he's probably just now realizing, oh, and he does get the stalker just in time to deter this, but that Reaper is going to get 1 probe kill, maybe 2. No, he's only going to get 1 probe kill, and then going up in a puff of smoke and blood and gore. Is that like his carcass there, or like his back? Yep, that was his back and his arms. Alright, that was beautiful. We are now seeing Warp Tech just about to finish, and Hasuov is on 2 gates, so he is going for another 2-gate expansion, and he is building 2 sentries. And for Terminus, you have your natural here with like a choke here. It's a big choke, but it's a choke nonetheless. Actually, yeah, it's a choke. I mean, you could still get like units up on the high ground here to like shoot down. Like if you had Colossus, you could have them shoot down, and it leads into another expansion here, which have destructible rocks. So it is a very heavy macro style map because there's so many different expansions. I believe there's 16 mineral patches here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, 16 total mineral patches that you can choose from to expand to deny expansions, etc., etc. And we are seeing Tarson also taking his expansion, and he will be getting this up and running before Hasuov, I believe, and yes, because Hasuov's isn't finished yet, so he is transferring down those SCV. So MTarson taking the early lead with the economy. Hasuov already having three stalkers and 3 sentries. Using these sentries, I hope to block off any early attack, and those stalkers are just going around checking and taking out that Reaper. So still, if we go to the units lost tab, we have Hasuov with 2 units lost. I believe 2 probes is what he lost. And we have MTarson with 4 units lost. So 300 resources lost for MTarson. Excuse me. And I am actually starving, so after this game, I believe if it goes into Game 5, I will go and get something to eat, and then I will be right back to cast Game 5. But it is match point for Hasuov, and this is the second game it's been match point for Hasuov, and we are going to see a little encounter here. We are going to see a few Marauders and Marines, early pressure from MTarson, so Hasuov already kind of knows his MTarson's style of play. I actually already kind of know MTarson's style of play. His style of play is early Reaper, and then a little bit of pressure in the beginning to kind of deny like any sort of expansions or anything like that. So MTarson trying to put on the early pressure yet again on Hasuov, but Hasuov knowing exactly what's going on because he does now have this observer, so he will be using this observer to finally scout as to exactly what's going on in his base. Because kind of for right now, he was a little bit blind, and that Marine going to its death, and he is going to be taking down these back rocks. So we will see Hasuov going to here. It looks like he might be going for another expansion. Yes, he is saving up for those 400 resources, and the back rocks are going down. And I don't know if he sees this though in this Marine, and he will see this with this probe, and this Marine is in here, and he's like, oh sh, he does have this expansion. He might need to cancel this, and I believe, no, he's not going to be canceling it. He's going to be moving in with his units, going to be taking out, going to be meeting these head on, and using the Guardian Shield force field correctly, splitting up the units, able to get them into a choke point so that they can't get the concave on him, and MTarson and Hasuov having the perfect concave on MTarson, backing up when he doesn't really need to since he does have the lead here in army size, and so he is able to easily kill this army off, and MTarson trying to back up, and he is going to lose that whole entire army, and this Marine is going to try and do his work here, but he's just too lonely. He's not able to do it, and he is going to be able to secure this third expansion. So Hasuov playing it safe, going for another heavy macro style base game. He is taking this forward pylon yet again. Actually, I think it's just another pylon to annoy him, to annoy MTarson. We do finally see Hasuov going for early upgrades. Not really early, but we do see him going for upgrades nonetheless. I'm sorry. And he is putting down 2 more gateways, so he has 6, 7, 8 gateways, so another heavy gateway army from from Hasuov. And I want to see, I want to see some Immortal play here this game. I would love to see some Immortals in this game because he knows that he keeps going up against Marine Marauder, and Immortals do a ton of damage against Marauders. And he does have he has more Marines than Marauders. We do finally see the medevacs coming out, and I believe it was another factory switch. And where is that factory? Yep, it was another factory switch, and MTarson not even utilizing the factory. If he does get some tanks out, it might be a different story for some of these. It might have been a different story for some of these games, especially with like siege tanks. Actually sieged up and everything. And do we see the observer? Yes, the observer is here. He is going to use this observer as a map hack. Just get a few observers, map hacks, and you're set. And he is seeing that this expansion is up and running, and I don't believe if he knows this expansion is starting to become up and running. But there's only 5 minerals here, so that's why this one is so easy to take, because there is only the 5 mineral patch with the destructible rocks here. But these armies are going to be moving in, and he does give away that he does have blink. So, but he did not have his whole army there. The rest of it was split over here. So he was just using those stalkers to try and take out a few units, and he is warping in these 2 gateways, so he now has 8 gateways, and he is building a 9th gateway, and he is building more pylons so he does not supply block himself, and he does have +1 weapons already researched, and he does also have +1 armor already researched, and he is researching +2 armor. So, blinking perfectly to take out that Marine, and the other army does not turn around, so this is going to be another macro style based game, and that Marine is going to go down also, so he does not have that watchtower vision anymore, and this is going to be a drop, I want to say, from MTarson. Yes, we might be seeing a drop from MTarson, but we see 2 drops from MTarson. one on this side going to be taking out this expansion, or going to try to take out this expansion, but we already do have units here. We do have the Zealots here. These Zealots are just basically throwing themselves away because of those concussive shells, and he is ripping apart those Marines and Marauders. We do have more Zealots and more Sentries coming into the mix, and these Sentries are and he does do wisely pick up his units because he has too many Zealots here and too many Sentries here to deal with what he had. But we are seeing another frontal assault here, and we are seeing Tarson doing so much at once that Hesuov has, again, nothing, like no defenses at his main base. So he's going to be losing one probe, maybe two, maybe three, losing two probes, three pros being lost there. But we are seeing the Stalkers coming into play here. And will he be blinking right up on top of these? Yes, he will be blinking, and he will be taking out both the Marines and the medevacs. Yes, there goes the medevac. So after all this, and we do see another frontal assault here, we do see the armies meeting here, and he is throwing down that sorry, he is throwing down the force fields, splitting those armies up, and with those zealots, with the charged zealots, they are able to easily kind of bypass the concussive shells, and he is blinking ahead with these stalkers, trying to get in here to do more damage with these stalkers. And the stalkers meeting up, they are going to be getting the surround on these units. These units aren't going to be able to pick up the medevac gets taken out, and all of those units gets cleaned up. And it does look like we do see Hesuov moving out for a little push. We do have this observer here just to scout as to when any unit will be coming out, because it can see these ramps and this forward here. And we do see Hesuov kind of just chilling here, not moving out just yet, and he is blinking a little bit. Yep, he is going to take down these destructible rocks, go into the back, and he will possibly destroy or make Tarson cancel this expansion, and that SCV just being taken out instantly from those charge lots. And yes, we will see the cancel here on this no, will he cancel it? He might not. I don't know if he canceled it or not. I want to say he did, and we do see more DTs coming into the play for Hesuov. Yet again, DTs. Hesuov loving his DTs, but he does see the detector here, and the EMP going out perfectly, taking down all of the shields of all of those zealots, and almost every single zealot being taken out. And we are going to see these force fields split up with the force field, but he is wisely backing up, blinking away, but he is building more units here, a ton of Dark Templars, 4 Dark Templars, maybe morphing them into Archons, and he is just building more Zealots to deal with the army here, and he is taking his 3rd expansion, so this one should be up and running quite soon. And sorry, I let go of my mouse and it just went away. And he is becoming unsaturated on this expansion here, but he is easily saturated here. He has, I think, a few more pros than what he really needs here, and he is just doing fine on his main also. So having 4 bases versus 1 base, you do not want to be a Terran player up against a 4-base Protoss, because a 4-base Protoss is almost instantly able to re-macro up their entire army, like on the fly. And we do see +3 armor for the Protoss player for Hesuov, and we see +1/+1 for Tarson, and we see 2/2 for Hesuov, possibly 2. Yep, it is 2/2 right now. It is almost going to be 2/3. So Hesuov having the advantage of upgrades and having the advantage of army size also at 177 out of 200, and we do see Tarson supply blocking himself at 153 out of 153, and these forces are going to be meeting in the center here, and these stalkers blinking black. I'm not sure if they did get any kills whatsoever, and they are going to try and do a little try and get behind these units so that he can get his other units up front, just kind of delaying these units from coming at his base so that he can just build more and more units here. He has quite a few stalkers, and Tarson just now realizing, oh, there's so many units right here, there's so many zealots. He has 2, 1, and like 1/8 page of zealots. So he has a ton of zealots, and they do have charge, and they are +2/+3, soon to be +3/+3. And if Tarson does not get any more upgrades for his units, I'm not sure as to how he'll be able to deal with this. And he is getting his +2/+2 for both of his units. But there's just so many stalkers here, and there's just so many zealots and archons, and these archons do splash damage. So with the splash damage, they're going to do 43 damage against biological. So it's like with the splash damage, they'll be able to take Marines out left and right. And we do see Hesuov taking a 4th expansion, going on to 5 base here. We are seeing the armies meeting in the center here. We are seeing these archons being EMP'd on, but these archons are doing so much damage to the units. This archon has 3 kills, this one has 0, but this archon just doing so much damage to these biological units, taking out all of those medevacs and using the force fields to negate, like, basically any units here from getting the huge concave on him. But Tarson deflecting that very well, but we do see more units just being morphed in from HaSuov. HaSuov just continually able to morph in more and more units. I won't be surprised if he throws down even more gateways because he has more than enough minerals to do so, but he has so many gateways, and these units are, yep, exactly what I said, more units to do so, but he is now finally throwing down the robotics bay a little bit later than what he should have, because he does know that it is, okay, it is a pure marine marauder ball, and I do need to do this, and he is and MTarson almost going all in, throwing in all of his SCVs to negate so that he can save up this army. And so MTarson being a little helpless here, using those SCVs as like cannon fodder pretty much, and he might actually be taking this base out, and it looks like he might be able to take this base out unless if HaSuov does morph in quite a few units, and he is blinking in, taking out these marauders, going to be taking out these SCVs. Every single SCV going to be going down, and he is bringing more marines, and these stalkers may not die. No, they are not going to die. These stalkers are going to go back to the base, and we are seeing these probes being transferred down here, and we are seeing 4 more stalkers being out here, and he is morphing in more units, more zealots here. I'm not sure as to why he isn't going for a heavy stalker armor, since he is able to just blink right on top of them, and since stalkers are able to take out these medevacs. But HaSuov's having so many minerals at this point in time. Is he building more gateways? He has a ton of gateways, I want to say. And yes, he has almost 16 gateways, and he is producing 2 Colossus at a time now. And he is getting that thermal lance upgrade. And he is just basically using these stalkers to harass and everything like that, and blinking away and losing almost every single probe there. And the probe kind of like, oh, struggling behind. It's like, I'm concussed. And he gets away just in time, and taking out that marauder. And then just both players harassing each other so much. But MTarson is down 2 bases right now, but this base isn't really even up and running. It just has 1 mining probe on it. But he had to take off the base. He had to lift the base off here and then just build it here, because he's just trying to build his army up as quickly as possible so that he does not lose this game. But we are seeing a little bit more harass from these stalkers, and these stalkers are now 3-3, and MTarson is only 2-2. And he is transferring these probes down, but actually I forgot that this base was taken out, and this base is almost all mined out, and as is this one, so HaSuov only having 1 mining base, while MTarson is on 1 mining, like 1 and 1/4 mining, actually 1 and 1/4 mining base at the same time. But now that he does have all these probes on here, he is on almost 2 total mining base. No, he is not on like any mining bases other than that one. So this is kind of becoming desperate for both players now, because both players are only on 1 mining base. So this is like almost a final assault here, and these Colossus are just doing so much damage. The 4th one is coming in, and we do have the Guardian Shield being utilized, and we are seeing almost every single ground unit taking out. And I don't know how MTarson is going to be able to hold this off. These stalkers are going to be able to take out everything, and look at all that blood. And I'm missing the action, but there's so much blood. And those DTs doing so much damage to his army, and he does not have the army size or the army capability or production to deal with exactly what is going on here. And so HaSuov just producing more units because he has so many pylons just sitting everywhere. And it looks like, is that some long distance mining we see going on here? Yes, he is long distance mining here, but these armies are meeting, and he does have 4 EMP going down, but just barely missing. And these Colossus is going to do a ton of damage to all of these units, and burning a few. That combat shield just like scorching hot red, and then those units just morphing, and that's like a terrible way to die, just by fire. And then this command center, his only mining base, taken out. So MTarson doesn't look like he's going to be able to do anything to get through this, because he does not have any mining base other than the one down here, and it is like almost dead there. He does not have enough minerals, he does not have enough resources to deal with this army, pulling off every single SCV, well, almost every single SCV to deal with this, and this detector being taken out, and MTarson not going to be able to hold this off, and MTarson throws up the GG. HaSuov taking the game 3-1, so HaSuov winning the Sennheiser Cup Grand Finals. So congratulations to HaSuov for winning that. And if we look here, we have like a nice little J for long distance mining pros. But a very good game, well played from both players doing amazing harassment. MTarson going for that early Reaper harass yet again, getting one probe, but losing the Reaper. If he would have gotten 2, it would have paid for itself somewhat, but only getting 1 probe, getting the scouting done that he needed to get though. And then just HaSuov out macroing MTarson by like 2 bases. So I hope you guys like this series. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and rate. and I will catch you guys on the flip side.